Bolay, 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 bolay.
To set up a belay, first, close the end of your system by tying a stopper knot into the standing end of the rope. Pinch off a bight of rope from the brake side and thread it through your belay device. Here I use an ATC, or air traffic controller. Clip a locking carabiner through the rope and the tube on the belay device, and clip that to your belay loop on your harness. Lock your carabiner. Make sure the side of the rope going to the climber is on top, and the side of the rope going to your brake hand is on the bottom. A belay device works by increasing friction on the rope. When you hold the brake side, the rope gets pinched by the belay device, making it easy to hold the rope, and your climber, who is tied to the other end, without using a lot of force. Before giving a belay, make sure both the climber and the belayer are ready by going through the 6 H's. The 6 H's are helmet, hair, harness, hardware, human, hazards. Here I go through the 6 H's with my climber. Check to make sure their helmet fits properly and is snug. Ask them to pull any loose hair back. Tie loose shoelaces or secure anything dangling off their clothes or body that may get caught in the system. Double check their harness to make sure it fits properly, and all buckles are double backed, if applicable. Check your hardware. Make sure your belay device is set up correctly. All carabiners are locked, and knots are tied correctly. Then check in with the human. I usually ask how the climber is doing, if they've been at height before, and if they're nervous, and I remind them of challenge by choice. Last, go over any potential hazards, such as instructing them not to put their fingers through loops they could get caught on, pointing out removable pegs that could get knocked loose, or weather considerations, like staples being slippery if it rained recently. Before allowing your climber to leave the ground, make sure they know how to lower, which we'll go over in detail later in this video, and go through your belay commands with them. Here, I go through my belay commands with my climber. Do you remember your belay commands?
Sure.
So go ahead whenever you're ready.
On belay.
Belay is on.
Climbing.
Climb on. P-bus is a method for taking in slack while the climber ascends. P stands for pull. With your non-dominant hand as a guide on the rope, use your dominant hand to pull up and take slack out of the rope. B stands for break. After you pull out slack, use your dominant hand to break by bringing it down below the belay device. This engages the belay device and pinches the rope over the lip of it. U stands for under. Place your non-dominant hand under your dominant hand on the rope. S stands for slide. Slide your dominant hand up towards your belay device. Pull, break, under, slide. Pull, break, under, slide. The most important thing while belaying is to always keep your brake hand on the rope. Your brake hand should never leave the rope. Keep an eye on your climber and anticipate when they might fall. This way, you are ready to catch any potential falls. Keep your motion small so you can keep your climber tight on the rope. It's best to pull less slack more often. If your climber is moving too quickly for you to keep them tight, ask them to slow down. When you are not taking in slack, always keep 2 hands on the brake. Get in the habit of returning both hands to the brake position. Keep enough tension in the system so that the climber feels secure and will not take an unexpected drop. However, don't keep so much tension that you are aiding or holding the climber up. When belaying, use an active stance and back up your belay if there's a chance your climber could pick you off the ground if they were to take a fall. To back up your belay, have someone grab your harness from the back to anchor you down. Be sure to practice good rope management. Keep your slack or the standing end of your rope out of the way and never stand on the rope. This is a safety hazard. Position yourself well so that if the climber were to fall, you will not swing or get pulled into the wall or under the element. This can also cause a sudden drop for the climber. When your climber is ready to come down, they will signal to you.
Ready to lower!
Take in the slack so your climber is tight. Have them sit in their harness like a chair, with their legs and feet out in front of them. Have them hold the rope in front of them with both hands. If they are standing on a cable, have them keep their feet on the cable as long as possible. Signal back to them.
Okay, lowering.
Bring your non-dominant hand under your brake hand. To lower them, keep both hands on the rope and use the bottom hand to feed the rope through your top hand and the belay device. This way, you can lower your climber at a controlled speed and can brake if needed.
Are you here with me? Just looking out on the day of another dream, where you can't get what you want.